Mad Ideas responding to Facebook, how rapey is your politician? Yes, these days, pretty much any man in politics is going to be caught in something scandalous. Surprisingly, Al Franken? Yeah, Al Franken gets accused of harassment and resigns. Hey, they even have pictures. Oh, they didn't put that part in. My friend wrote this. Trump gets accused of sexual assault and gets elected president. What the freak? Because it's an accusation. Al Franken, there's evidence sitting against him. President Trump. Hey, it's just one person's word against another at this point. So yeah, that's the difference. And it's a pretty big difference. Not great that we have a president who draws this kind of attention. Why, we've had this situation before, kids, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't great. Strangely though, my friend's feminist wife, who doesn't seem to have an opinion of her own until, of course, someone disagrees with her husband, put in, "It's truly disgusting. Republicans should be embarrassed and ashamed." I put in, "I know, it's like 1992 all over again." Note the Bill Clinton reference. And my friend thinks he's funny with, "But Bill Clinton." But in reality, it wouldn't have been an issue if he had not tried to elect his wife as president. You support her, and you complain about him. Duh! Is there any further extreme this kind of irrational disconnect can go? Seriously! Wow. When it rains, it pours. Except it's not because Clinton was a great president and therefore actually had some redeeming qualities. Bouncy where I asked for your opinion, Matthew. Okay. You just okayed Bill Clinton raping girls because or whatever he wants to do? Wow! I've gotta say, I have seen nothing of this like. And part of the wow here is, to my friend, if you ever get around to watching this, you're a successful guy, you agree with her politically, you see where this is going, man. I mean, I hate saying it. I would never advise anyone to do this. As a matter of fact, I think it's the most detestable thing. But if they ever catch you, like, in an alleyway, by a dumpster, like that one prick that got off recently, your wife is totally going to stand by you. She'll be like, "No, he was with me. Totally. My husband was there with me. He can rape whoever he wants. He agrees with me and he holds down a good job. He does good things." I mean, honestly, dude, this has opened up limitless, completely amoral possibilities for you. I mean, just saying. The downside of this, of course, is if this is the way she really thinks, if she thinks it's okay based on your success level, redeeming qualities, to rape someone, you have a daughter. So like junior high school rolls around, second string lineman, football player kind of guy, or the guard or whatever for basketball, tries to rape her. You know your wife is going to go after his nuts with the back end of a claw hammer. Just so I'm trying to think, what does your wife approve of in a young man? Democratic, possibly a good debater, smart, something, I'd assume someone like you. And that means in high school, the captain of the winning debate team probably can rape her in any way he wants to. And then we have to, degrade from there. So from captain of the debate team, liberal, maybe we go down and some kind of groping occurs when you get to a very liberal member of that debate team. However, if the debate team isn't successful or the guy's not liberal enough, maybe a grab on the butt. I'm not sure which one is worse, the boob or the butt thing. I always figured the boob, but maybe it is the butt. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard working on these graduated scales. I don't really do ethics well when it's scaled, you know? I want my ethics pretty black and white when it comes to things like rape and assault and stuff like that. But, you know, you're going to have to work these things out before your daughter gets to junior high at least, when you're thinking of these things. Now, when it goes to college, obviously as a child's life progresses, more opportunities come about. So, I think married college president who's very liberal, I mean, because that's got to be one of the most successful guys on campus. Butt rape for sure. Any butt rape he wants. Maybe even invite friends. I mean, that guy's going to be pretty damn successful. And then you go your way down to a professor or maybe one of the deans. Rape. Oh, I bet gangbang would probably be for the president of the college, and then just a standard rape for the dean or professors, maybe. I guess I don't know what it would take to be. All got to be liberal, by the way. At least for this guy's wife. I mean, the thing is there. Where is the medium point where it's kind of like you say the right thing and actually just get to date her like a normal human being? I would presume you'd have to be around her age. You'd have to have a similar liberal stance and have the possibility of progressing further. That way, maybe when she doesn't want to put out when you're married, if you're successful, you could just rape her then. But otherwise, if you have an equal amount of success and you're liberal, then you may have to consort by having an actual relationship and talking to her. Now, if you're conservative, any sexual act you have with her is probably going to be considered rape by this particular mother. Or if you don't make enough money. Now, one would think a Democrat wouldn't have the same standard on financials, but it was a successful president. I mean, this president went into office probably broke and ended up, multimillionaire. That, to me, suggests there is a key financial component to this when they're whoring out their daughter. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, that's kind of the way I view it when you say any rape is okay. I mean, I'm a little weirded out by that. Any rape or assault, you're good with. Now, what is the difference between Franken and Trump? Well, here's the thing. And why Clinton also? Clinton's pertinent because of Mrs. Clinton, who oddly enough was a 40-year-old woman whose husband was running around on her. And her response wasn't to leave the sorry sack of crap. Her response was to try and ruin these women's lives. To destroy them was the quote. And this is the woman you voted for, meaning it's still a relevant issue, Dunsky. If this were John Kennedy chasing women around, that's too far of a history back. But this is a 90s girl I'm talking about who voted for Bill, even though it was coming out that he was a womanizer during the election, like Trump, and as well as a 90s man, by the way. And they still voted for him anyway, the second time. Twice. So twice they voted for this guy who had inappropriate relationships with women. Not just inappropriate because they were the wife, but inappropriate because he gets them cornered at a hotel room or his office or whatever, uses his position as something to intimidate them with, makes them know the guards are there to protect him, not her, things like that. Very, very creepy and rapey. And what happens when the woman leaves without fulfilling it? and comes back later to report, they have the press secretary say, well, you know, you'd be surprised what you'll find if you wave $20 around a trailer park. Yeah, they made fun of poor people for it. So, yeah, I'd say bringing up Clinton is incredibly relevant to this because it shows that both sides suck on this issue. Horribly, horribly suck. You have people who claim to be feminists attacking the women, and then people who say they're the defenders of the poor making fun of their poverty. Freak, yeah, we're talking a big issue here. Major part of the issue. But they're off in denial land because they took up the new religion of politics. And the same people who were complaining about this in the 90s, a lot of them are getting behind Trump after he said, grab him in the hoo-hoo, you know? There's women wearing t-shirts saying, Don, grab my... I mean, what the flip, man? Politics is a radical religion in our country now. People are punching each other in the face over this stuff, and they don't care how rapey their senator is. They don't care how rapey their representatives are. It's like, you know what? You work for our party, young man. Find a lady and stick it in as you like. Whether she's our supporter or not. Preferably not one of our supporters, because we don't want our supporters being mentally damaged by the experience. I mean, that is kind of the running attitude with a lot of people in political circles now, and has been for like 20 years. It just amazes me. So, the show Mad Ideas is always about ideas. And typically speaking, I don't do a video unless if there is a viable solution of some form or another. And the only viable solution I've got at this point is, if you are a decent human being, you should take up one of the many uncontested seats in your state government and work your way through politics. And this is if you're a decent person. Work your way through politics and utilize it to make the world a better place. Not much of an easy solution, is it? Especially since you run the risk of becoming one of these rapey kind of jerks yourself. But the third party way seems to be the best, because at this point a third party would hopefully not turn into a religion like the other two. And I say the other two because I've looked up third parties, and every last one of them seems to be derivative of Republicans and Democrats. They control most of the arguments at this point, and the other parties are just responses to those controls. So the third party is the first idea on it, but this is Mad Ideas, and I would like to see your comments. Put in your ideas. You know, I mean, at this point, I'm willing to hear anything. But since we're not the ones making the laws, and I'm not going to advocate breaking the laws that are currently in existence, I mean, I'm kind of really shy on good ideas on this one. Other than making videos that make fun of your friends for saying stupid things about the dogma they follow for their political church. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell all your friends, share it around, add some comments to it, spread it like a disease. Take care, have a good one, and please don't join some political church.